The reason I took, I wrote the book or accepted the commission was because I thought that I agreed with Leon. You know what I mean? I sort of thought of myself as more or less in the kind of same sort of frame and all of that sort of stuff. But every book that you read, you want to change a little bit. And writing this book changed me a lot in ways that I found very unusual and very rewarding. And that was a surprise because because I'm very much in the camp. I'm not in Leon's camp. I'm in the camp of writing things in the newspaper because I think that's going to help. And it turns out it doesn't. You've got to do more than that. You have to be more than simply the critic. So that was my journey. Was sort of interacting, talking about an extraordinary array of different topics and subjects, and from the very small to the enormously large, and investigating them. And that's what I hope that everybody gets out of this book. It's just that it's stimulating in that way. And this that Leon has just spoken about now, I think, was the biggest and most important lesson for me. Was that you want to stay open, and you want to stay engaged, and you want to stay relevant, because you don't change policy from the outside. You change policy from the inside, and you do that by waiting for people to be ready to make the policy change. I think that's right. Am I putting words in your mouth here? Anyway, it was such a joy writing this book. It was too much fun.
There were one or two big fights.
Yes, no. There was one absolutely. We got one chapter that we only sort of arrived at right at the end, and then we decided that it's book 2. But only if book 1 sells, then we might get around to it. And it's really around it. It's about we were just talking yesterday about what is the most important discipline of all of the disciplines available to us. And Leon was saying, actually, the most important discipline is not economics, it's psychology. Because what are incentives other than the psychology? So, what I brought to the discussion was a belief in the idea that actually markets are great solution builders, and Leon's argument is that I'm an advocate of the idea of the wisdom of crowds, and Leon argues the opposite point of view. And it's possible, which is that crowds can create a negative sort of philosophy. Anyway, we never got to that chapter. That chapter's not in the book, and it's part of the ongoing discussion. But anyway, and I think both of us could be right in our own little ways. Just to say.